Hey guys, it's John Hunter, your mortgage hunter, coming back to you again with another fake news challenge. This one, number 25, fact or fiction. So this one is: you do not need to get pre-approved until you find the right house and want to make an offer. Is that true or false? And that is false. This one is kind of obvious, but there are several good reasons why you should get pre-approved. The first one is actually most realtors won't even show you homes that are listed for sale if you do not get pre-approved. And there's a really good practical reason for that, guys. It's not just that they don't want to waste their time, which is kind of obvious, but if you're selling your house and you live there and your children are there, and of course all your stuff is there, and people are going to be coming through and looking at your home when you're not home, don't you want the people that come looking through your home to be actual buyers that are actually qualified, that could buy your house, and not just looky-loos and your neighbors and whatnot walking through your house when you're not there? It's actually something that realtors do. It's a code of ethics, not to just show people and go into people's homes and invade their privacy without actually having a good reason to be there. So, if you're a seller, that's kind of an obvious one, I would think. Not everybody agrees with that, but that's one of the main reasons why realtors will not show your house unless you're pre-approved. I personally agree with that. And there's a couple other good ones. Of course, knowing how much you can afford, knowing what your payment's going to be, how much money you'll need for individual price points. And qualifying is not as straightforward as people think. People come to me all the time just assuming they're going to qualify, and then something will pop up they're not aware of. Or, for example, I had somebody recently that went from an hourly bonus situation to a straight commission, doing the same thing but just being paid differently, and that actually kept them from qualifying because the rules for using commission are much different than using hourly or bonus. So those type of things come up from time to time. So it just pays to get pre-approved. One thing that I run into a lot, one of the objections I get is, well, I don't want to have my credit checked because it could affect my credit scores. I'm not ready for that. Well, I'll knock that objection out of the park, because what we're doing with most pre-approvals right now is we do what's called a soft credit pull. Doesn't show as an inquiry, never shows on your record. We were able to get a glimpse at your credit, enough to get you pre-approved, and don't do an actual credit check that it shows as an inquiry until you actually make an offer or an in contract. So there are exceptions to that. If your credit's marginal and whatnot, sometimes we're going to want to look at the whole thing. But that's even more reason to get it done up front, right? If you're even remotely worried about that. So now I recommend people that are first-time home buyers get qualified 90, maybe 60 days out, but in that window, a couple months, for a couple good reasons. One, there's usually more of a learning curve on what the process looks like. And two, if we check your credit, maybe there's something we can do to improve your scores, which allows us to give you a bigger pre-approval letter or just better terms. You have time to do it, right? Where if you get pre-approved a day or a week or even 3 weeks prior to finding a house, we often don't have time to do anything with the credit, and we're just stuck with what we've got. So there's a good reason to go a little early. If it's not your first rodeo and you've bought another home, I'd say 60 days, maybe 30 out is a good range. Once again, buys us a little bit of time to wiggle some stuff around if necessary, but if not, it just sits there until you're ready. Not a big deal. So, hey guys, if you are looking at buying a home this next year, it's getting kind of hot. Rates are starting to drop. We've really seen a pickup of activity here in the last 60 days, and we do expect that to continue into next year. The Fed's supposed to cut rates 4 times, a full percent before the end of the year, and possibly 5 or more times next year. So, hey, we're in for a upswing on the market, and there's gonna be a lot of buyers and people moving around, and it's all good stuff. So, hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I got another rate update tomorrow, and more content coming for you soon. Like, subscribe, and have a great week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.